Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all a little bit of time to tune in case these notifications ain't go out. First things first, you already know. Hopefully, everybody's having a blessed and productive Sunday. Hopefully, everybody, whether you at church, dealing with family, or doing whatever, hopefully you enjoy your blessed Sunday. Stay safe as always. Keep yourself on point. And if you're out in this heat, definitely make sure you keeping something next to you again, because yeah, this heat is ridiculous. The last 2 days have been pretty decent. Hasn't been as humid, but yeah, it done got humid on the dude now. So again, if you out and about, just make sure you got what you need for the day, and just make sure you enjoy your weekends. Appreciate everybody that tuned in last night for the conversation. Definitely was a good one. And shout outs to Hammer Nation for popping in on the panel. If you missed it, you can catch the replay. Just chiming in with y'all today. Something else that was on my mind, but I think I'll bring that for a nighttime topic. Riaz, what's going on? But I want to know something from the people. Um, if you're not getting the demand you are requesting or asking, especially if it's community requests, if you're not getting what you're getting, right? Wouldn't you boycott specific things until the people get the picture? Or would you just sit back and just not fight at all? That's what's up, Riaz. Shoot. Um, Yesterday, prime example, I laughed because one of the buildings that I know for a fact is always good for having fun, a family day and everything else. A family day wasn't family day yesterday. In my opinion, that was the saddest, quietest family day I ever seen in my life. But the sad part about it is, it was two reasons why. It was it was the quiet the way it was. Number one, you telling people last minute instead of posting it up weeks in advance. How do you have a Bryson? What's going on? Top notch. What's going on? Like, this is my thing. How are you supposed to be conducting a community event, especially a day like Family Day where everybody come together? They cooking out, playing sports, doing whatever. Explain to me how you put something out 3 days before the actual day. Like, you don't think people had plans or something to do? Like, that's number one. Number two, I can see why I was quiet too, because the people on that block did what they said they was going to do. They said until that president shapes up and gets the building back in order, they boycotting anything that person got going. And I can see why. I don't blame them. Just like how my block, they don't have the basketball court. And it's a few things that they are missing. And that's the crazy part about it. So again, yeah, hey Bryson, bye. I don't know who you was, but bye. You don't like what's being said here, don't come in. Say that again to anybody that's popping in. You don't like the topics, you don't like anything going on, don't come in. This ain't for you. But I don't blame those people for doing what they did either. You know, Sometimes that's exactly what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to stand up and boycott situations because, again, if you are supposed to be getting things granted, um, and they not giving it to you, why should you continue to do certain things? Lauren, what's going on, baby? I keep forgetting this morning time for y'all. Well, happy Monday to everybody out there past the UK and past Africa. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their evenings and they slash mornings. But yeah, that's the best thing to do a lot of times. You gotta boycott. And I feel once you start doing that, that's a great way for the people to start getting more in tune, start getting more involved. Tanya, what's going on, baby? And it's crazy because somebody laughed, but I was truthful. That's the first time I ever been on that block, and it's quiet. Like, I mean, actually quiet. Nobody's outside playing no basketball. Oh wait, that's right, because they can't go outside and play basketball. Nobody is out grilling and cooking because you telling people they can only grill from 12 to 4. So what time do they have to really grill? Prime example. If I got a bunch of food and I got to start cooking some of that. James, what's going on, my guy? And I don't blame them because they did the right thing. That's what more people need to start doing. More boycott. When you know you ain't getting what's necessary and demanded, then you got to go on a straight boycott. You see, like prime example, some of these strikes that we see going on, yeah, they going on because again, the people are not getting what they're supposed to be getting. You see, like some of the bus companies and some of these teachers, they going on strikes and stuff. Yeah, that's a form of definitely not just rebelling, but that's definitely a movement of boycotting. I'm not coming to work if I'm not going to get paid extra. I'm not coming to work if I'm doing all this damn work and it's not being respected or honored. You know, a lot of times you'll have to do that because some of these companies think that your words or your actions mean nothing, but you have to show them otherwise. You know, and I still feel all in all though, nobody should have to come to that conclusion. But then again, if you're not getting not getting what's supposed to be given to you, then yeah, you do what you got to do. It's just that simple. Chris, what's going on, my guy? I think that's a stronghold that we need. Like, there's certain things, prime example, y'all cry about that the government is doing. But in that same token, y'all not trying to stand up and boycott what's necessary. That's just like if you don't want certain things in your community, yes, you have to stand up. Like, I don't blame that building for doing what they did because number one, they elevators just as trash as my building. They got park. And then on top of that, you want people to pay high price rent to be living in a hellhole. Nah. For those who are living well under they well under they well being, get a transfer if you have to. So I sat here and said this, there's no way you gonna tell somebody you want them to do this and do that, and you ain't even giving them the simplest things. And again, where do the boundaries lie at though? See, like last night's conversation was a good one. And again, it goes back to what I was just saying. Time is ticking for some of y'all. Some of y'all, as much as you don't want to get involved, you're gonna have to. Because again, there are gonna be things that end up affecting not just you, but your family and anybody else around you. Earth, what's going on, baby? Because again, you wanna be stronger, wiser, and you definitely want to be on board with the things that are needed. Again, if you know, prime example, you need. Oh, shoot, I'm gonna spill my coffee, y'all. My bad. It's a good coffee though. Good coffee. Mahoney, what's going on, baby? Sirius, what's going on, baby? What else popped up in here, man? Trying to catch up with the chat. But I think last night too was a good conversation, a good direction again, because that's where it's needed. A direction on moving forward. You know, it's time to start moving forward. Stop allowing things to keep happening. When you need to boycott certain things, you do so. Not Not because you feel you just want to be a part of something, but no, you boycott it because you know what you're fighting against is right. I think that's where everybody get it twisted. They feel that their voices really ain't, they not important, or they can't be heard. No, they'll be heard, but again, you got to stand on something and actually stay with it. And I could respect anybody that's boycotting any type of injustice because it's needed. Just like when they was boycotting the clothing line, when they was making the racist statements for that or whatever it was. You see, that's what I'm saying. They stood up on what they believed in. And look, they kind of suffered too because they realized the sales wasn't generating the way they was generating. They see the production ain't where it was at. It's the same thing with jobs sometimes. You might have to take that necessary step just so you could show them that you mean business. And that's the grand scheme of everything. The grand scheme is sometimes you're gonna have to push an envelope, especially when you've been trying to get things done and people are refusing to let you get it done. Like I feel everybody deserves an equal pay. Prime example. Don't care what your profession is. I feel if y'all all doing the same job in that profession, y'all all deserve the same amount of pay, unless you got bumped up a position or two. Then that's the only time I could say, yeah, I'm not gonna make the same because he's a little high. But I've always felt like this too. If you've been working for a certain amount for, I'm gonna say more than 2 years, 3 years, and you feel it's about that time, yeah, time for you to voice your opinion. And see, when you boycott for the right reasons, you definitely are showing an example to those behind you. They will get a chance to see exactly how things are supposed to be done without going or necessarily resorting to violence. It's cool to have peaceful protest and everything, but you can't allow all the negative stuff to be around it too. I've seen some protests, especially when it was boycotting certain things that never got violent. It might have sounded like they was getting violent, but they never got violent. They just followed what was necessary. You know, they kept it right along the lines the way they should. They was professional about it. They let it be known what they wanted, what they didn't want, and then they went out to get it. They went out to do so. And again, they managed to get things accomplished. See, like most boycotts, it's only going to be but for so long before the actual higher ups realize, like, all right, we losing out. And then think about it. When you got workers that's boycotting and won't come to work, you think you going to have any type of work production going on if you got half of your squad sitting outside with picket signs and everything else? No. So again, some of y'all going to have to stand up against your establishments when they're not giving you what's necessary. It's the same thing with the governments, especially like in South Africa and everywhere else. If y'all feel y'all not getting what's needed for the people and for the well balance of the community, then yeah, you gotta stand up one way or another. If not, things like that will continue to happen. Court, what's going on, baby? Y'all already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. Wait a minute, let me go all the way back up because I just remembered something too. Let me remember my pettiness on a Sunday. Um, yeah, there you go. There you go. Uh, but again, don't sell yourself short and don't think that your voices and your actions are not important. They are important, because it does begin to start the chain reaction. You know what? Let me see what this person is boycotting. Let me see, maybe something I might be able to get down with, but also let me see if it's something that the people need to get down with as well. It's something strong to think about though. Boycotting for the right reasons can actually get you the opportunities you need, especially if it's beneficial for you. You know, again, how much you gonna sit back and take before you actually swing back. You know, you wanna, like I said, you want a fair balance in life. Sometimes you're not getting that because again, when them higher ups is squeezing and squeezing and squeezing every little bit of whatever, you know, and the people are not standing up for it, we losing out. Like prime example again, you would have to boycott and voice your opinion. If they trying to put something in your community that you know is not needed or not necessary, then you have to be vocal about that. And when you become vocal and you actually show the people that you mean what you mean and you willing to do whatever just to keep your community whole, they usually tend to fall back or they'll find another spot to relocate. See, prime example, one year they was talking about building a casino out here. Now, even though you can, nobody wants it because again, it's not bringing no. You think it's bringing opportunity, but it also bring a headache because at the end of the day, you are still in the hood. At the end of the day, you know, so you know it's always going to be crime right around that corner. You know, you have to boycott, especially when it's time to boycott. Prime example: if you know your neighborhood stores is not giving back or doing something that you feel they should be doing, then you got all rights to boycott. Or if they playing favoritisms with certain people and they not trying to get in there, yeah, you got a right to boycott. It's like I remember one time my cousin did some shit like that. Um, he went into a store, he see where it was, and seen that it was unfair practices going on to a degree. You know, my cousin works with shit like that, so he was just like, let's see how far he really think he gonna get before I burst his bubble. And he burst his bubble already because half of the people that was coming in that store in that area stopped coming in there. Why? Because once they seen and heard what they seen and heard, they was like, "Oh no, we not doing this, and we not help. No, we're not part of that, and we boycotting that." If this is what you doing, especially if you price gouging on certain people, like you're charging certain people a certain amount for this, but everybody else you trying to charge them an extra dollar or two. Nah, you bugging right now. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like you have to do that, even with your neighborhood stores. Sometimes you might have to boycott. Like that's what they was doing out here at one point because during the beginning of that pandemic, these supermarkets is wilding out. You're trying to charge high prices for the meats that we was just getting low priced a week or so ago. And that's the part I didn't get. Like, how you trying to price gouge and you know we already going through something? You know, look at the people who really had to quit their jobs or sit down because of whatever. And then now these people are still trying to keep this basic things like food on their table and everything else, and y'all skyrocketing with the prices. And even some of the meats and stuff that was expensive is even more expensive. Prime example for some of y'all that love oxtails, y'all know them prices is high, but imagine the price being an extra $2-3 higher than it need to be. You know darn well you ain't going for it. You know, and that's what I'm saying. You even when it comes down to that, you know, boycott. But at some point they either gonna have to bring down the price or, you know, they just gonna have to give y'all something as a substitute. You know what, we can't do this, we can't go down on this, but we can go down on this if you need this, and you know, like it need to be a fair balance in a trade. And that's the part I don't get with some people. Why y'all just refuse to open your mouth and really boycott? Yeah, Tanya, it is sad because again, like you mean to tell me Some of this food is already as expensive as it is, and you're gonna go up even higher, and you're not thinking about those who probably are just getting themselves back on track, you know. But this is why I said when the boycotting comes into play, because some of y'all gonna have to do so. Because some of these places do not care. It's all about the money and just taking your money. But you need to let it be known. First of all, without us, you wouldn't be getting no money. I don't care if you had your own people that were supporting your stores and stuff. You got other people that would want to support you. But if they see this is the practices that you're doing, they ain't gonna want to be part of that. They ain't even gonna want to shop in it. It's just like I was saying, some people was boycotting certain stores because of specific racism and stuff that was happening. It needs to start happening more again. I wouldn't care if you was a black owned business, white owned business, any owned business. The minute you do any type of unfair practices or you start doing certain things that's leading towards racism or leading towards a fight that's not needed, oh nah, boycott you. Like prime example, there are some major chain stores that are known, and every time you look, they are known for definitely being on the news for having somebody outraged about some sort of racism. And it don't just be our own folks going through it. That's what I'm saying. Like certain things they gonna keep trying to pan into motion and put into motion as far as the division. I don't want your people in my store not unless I know you're gonna buy something. Buzzy, what's going on, baby? And in that instance right there, nah, you gotta shut it down. Like if you know for a fact you've been in spots, prime example. Some people at one point was boycotting Macy's because of specific things that was going on. And it was the same thing with another spot. You know what? We tired of all of this. We boycott. And even though those big chains, it's hard to not say it's hard to boycott, but it's not going to make no difference with them because regardless of what, they still going to get their money one way or another. But then you got others that they ain't so lucky. And they know that for a fact. That's why some of them know who to play with and who not to play with. But we got to stop allowing that to happen too. But anytime you feel disrespected, and again, I don't care what race you are. If anytime you somewhere in an establishment and you feel uncomfortable or you feel like something has been done to violate your human rights or rights at all, you got a right to boycott and protest. See, I'm gonna use this as a prime example. I know some of y'all probably seen that news article about Tyrese trying to sue Home Depot, I believe, because he felt like he was unfairly targeted and whatever, whatever. But it's not just him that's going through it. But it's not so much just Home Depot. Look how many people went to Kmart. Like I said, I mean, people went to Macy's, all these big brand stores, and some of these big brand stores are the top violators when it comes to violating people's rights. So in that instance right there, sometimes you have to boycott. Christy, what's going on, baby? Again, what's more important? You standing up for your rights or you just sitting back and allowing things to continuously happen? And that's the thing to remember. It's only going to be so much before the people start snapping back. And at times, you're going to have to snap back at the right times because, again, you got to hit them where it hurts. You have to. In order for them to feel that, you have to hit them where it hurts. And where it hurts for them a lot of times is them pockets. So when people start boycotting and start getting on board and actually do the right things and knock some of these people's blocks off, guess what? They'll start seeing that, look, you have to start having more respect and common morals for the people that's coming in here and giving you money. And some of you establishments fail to realize that too. If it wasn't for the people and the consumers at all, y'all wouldn't be afloat. A lot of y'all would be out the windows already, broke, calling for bankruptcy. Some companies have done that already because they don't have the right people. Ryder, what's going on, my guy? Oh yeah, and again, my fault. Happy. I know it was yesterday, but still gonna say it because it's her weekend. Happy birthday to Riders for Life, Rachel. Hopefully she enjoyed herself last night. Like all of y'all, if y'all had birthdays this past week or weekend, hopefully y'all enjoying yourselves. Another blessing, another year around the sun. But this is the thing though. Certain things we try not to, and I'm gonna just say this for our melanated folks. And I'm gonna just get back to the regular general topic. We don't do as much as the people think we do. We don't cause as much distraction or as much plague and whatever as they think we do. A lot of times we try to be subtle, we try to be cool, which we do. But the thing with us, sometimes with some of us, we got to stop allowing something to trigger us and make us go that extra step. Not necessary, because then when you do it, you're proving their point that, oh, y'all all violent, y'all all of this, and no, we're not all violent. No, we're not all ignorant, and no, we don't all look for a problem. We just don't like when problems are being presented to where you're not trying to let it be. 'Cause I've seen some people stand up and not have to use a lick of racism, a lick of ignorance, nor nothing. Just stood up on what they believed in. And that's what we got to get back to. Non-violent protesting, but also not accepting certain violence to happen to us. Period. I could be as non-violent as I want to, but the man I feel like you coming across my brother or sister, I'm standing in for my brother or sister. I don't care. And seeing in all shapes and forms, the people fail to realize that ignorance don't have a race. Ignorance will be any and everybody, but we know it ain't everybody. It could be anybody that's really not living in reality. And again, we have to stop allowing certain things to trigger us. And I think once we get to that notion, that fair play, we'll be all right. I could have swore, my bad, y'all. I could have swore I just told my neighbor I ain't nowhere on the block. My bad. Interrupting my lessons with my peoples. But again, we have to present a better balance. And again, boycotting the things that are keeping us grounded. It's not helping us elevate. It's not even giving opportunities where it's needed. Nah, we got to stand on that. Appreciate y'all for dropping links and showing love. And again, got to get to some sort of common balance. And when things don't seem right, you got to act on it. Like I said, it was a time and a place for everything it is. And time is ticking for a lot of people to start standing up for their rights. The more you keep sitting back and allowing things to happen, the more you're going to keep getting caught up. See, like prime example, some people don't learn their laws or learn They don't learn certain things until they go to prison. Some people actually take their time while they out and about and learn. Because again, if you're not taking your time to learn, at some point it could backfire on you. If you don't know your rules, if you don't know your human rights or any of that, they'll violate you in every single way and form. Again, like some people wait till they get locked up to study law. You should be studying law, studying them laws while you out and while you got the chance to do so. But this the thing too, Chris. That part I believe, but guess what? Ignorance is still rearing its ugly head. So that's always going to be a problem too. You can have prosperity as far as money, but if you got the worst people in charge of anything, or if you got the repeat offenders, then yeah, you're going to still have ignorance. Oh, we did this to a certain group of people. Okay, we do a little damage control and watch. They still going to come in here and support us. And that's another thing we got to stop doing. Hammer, what's going on, baby? Ain't even peep you pop in here. My bad, Hammer. What's going on, baby? But that's what we got to stop doing. We got to stop promoting and still supporting those people who are doing us wrong. And that's just in general, doing us wrong. Boycott these politicians that's not doing right. Boycott these assemblymen. Boycott these businesses. The reason why I say that, and I'm not trying to take nothing out nobody's mouth, I'm not trying to cause no type of havoc or chaos. But I say that in so many words because if they've been multiple violations against you and your rights, and you keep going in these establishments, at what point do you stop? Like if I know, prime example, there's an establishment that I would go into, and maybe after one or two visits, I keep getting the same treatment. I keep getting that they looking over my shoulder, making sure I'm not stealing, doing all this extra stuff. I don't want to be part of that. Because at some point you're gonna violate the wrong way. You're gonna try to make an assumption, saying something that's not right. Just like look how many people been going through it lately. Look how many people been going through it lately as far as they have actual visual receipts on the stuff that they purchased, and here come the security guards trying to say that they stole. Or here comes the cops saying that they stole, knowing that I just bought something. For all you know, I bought something yesterday and I could be returning it for something else because it don't fit. But you quick to assume that somebody's stealing and doing something along those lines. When you have issues like that, and I don't care who you are, when you have issues like that, anytime you go in an establishment, that's not an establishment you need to be in. And if anything, you go again to see what's what, and if it's the same thing happening, then you got the right to boycott and let the people know, look, I don't think you should be going in. Now, give it take. Some people are going to listen, some people ain't. But I feel like this, if you've been violated in the worst way, I'm not going back somewhere where I know I was violated. Prime example, when I was a kid, got into a whole argument with a security dude that was working in the library. But that's because he assumed all of the kids that came in there was on some wild, some wild rah-rah stuff. No, it wasn't that. We young, we hype. But we also knew when it came down to coming indoors or certain events, stay quiet. You know, but that one didn't like me in particular anyway. He didn't like a lot of us. And again, a lot of us wasn't doing much of nothing. But guess what? That table backfired on him. Because the same day he decided to try to create a narrative and try to kick three of us out, guess who wasn't working at that branch no more? Him. Because even the camera seen that nobody was doing nothing of the sort the way he should have felt he did anything. And I still didn't go in that establishment well after the fact. Why? Because I already know what card you was playing. You don't like specific kinds of people, but you fail to realize everybody is coming to the library for knowledge. Everybody's coming to use the computer. Everybody's coming to get books. Get my drift? That's why I say, boycott.
Don't matter what it is. Some of these people will feel it after a while and they notice they ain't getting that flow of people coming in. That's just like if you know it's a coffee shop that's doing the utmost. Boycott that coffee shop. Let them feel it. You gotta hit them again where it hurts. Those pockets. No doubt, Christy, appreciate you, baby. Wait a minute, let me see something. What did I miss? Oh yeah, I forgot. For those in California, hopefully y'all keeping yourselves safe. I was hearing about the storm or the hurricane that might be going, but make sure y'all got everything y'all need. Make sure your house is protected at least to the fullest. And if it's things that's happening that's out of your control, look here, you're just gonna have to let it go. You know, and some people fail to realize uh, your personal stuff, or not even just your personal stuff. There's certain things you just not supposed to risk your life for. Your house could always be replaced one way or another. Your apartments or whatever, when you're going through certain storms and situations, they could be replaced. Now, if it's things that are actually important, in that case right there, you would want to have a what is it, a safety deposit box in a bank or something like that along those lines, to where, all right, I got all of my what I need in one good area. So just in case if something does happen, I don't have to worry about getting all of my, my credentials and my stuff over again. You got to be prepared and planned on all angles. So, but always make sure you keep the most important things. She said, "I'm ready to run." But remember the most important things, like your papers, like your social, your birth certificate, IDs and stuff like that. Even if it's stuff that's like deeds for the house and stuff like that. Make sure you got all those important papers all under in one wraps. So any event something does happen, you know where to go get it. You ain't gotta worry about it being damaged. And even if it's slightly damaged, you still have actual proof on things, so you don't have to worry about starting all the way over again. There's nothing worse than having to start over again. You don't got no ID, social security, no birth certificate. Yeah. And honestly, those is important. Don't keep those at least important. Everything else that you know could be replaced, you're gonna have to just let it go. You gonna die with your house for real? No, you're not gonna do that. At least you shouldn't. But again, you have some people who are willing to die for that. That's the sad part about it. Um, like I said, keep yourself as preserved as possible. You're gonna need that. Like I said, if you don't have to, if things that can be replaced, it will be. But there's some things you're gonna have to keep because it's gonna take you a minute, in my opinion, to even replace those things. Again, you know, be life prepared. Be prepared for anything. Nah, but that's the truth though, serious. Like, you got some people who are ready to die with the possessions. Like you can't take your. Can I just say this to the people without sounding crazy or without sounding rude or disrespectful? But if you really trying to die for your house, you're not gonna be able to take that house with you. I'm sorry, you're not gonna be able to take that house with you in the afterlife. And I'm just keeping it a buck. What's more important, your life preservation or your material thing? It's almost in that same instances too. Just be wise. Sometimes you're gonna have to take a loss. And it's not a real loss. It's just I gotta take a temporary setback. Nothing too crazy. I gotta take a temporary setback. So again, I want all my peoples out there in the Cali area to Keep yourself safe as possible. And again, just preservation of life should speak for itself. Make sure you got all your necessary things that you need, not just food and water, but everything you might need, just in case if you lose lights. Make sure you got extra candles, flashlights. Shoot, better find an old lantern or something. And that's what I'm saying. All in all, we got things that we know for a fact we can always have convos on. This is one of them. But again, I'll tell you straight up, yo. Like, when it comes to specific areas of play and they look great, you gotta act on that. See, prime example. I go back to that story because I did see one of the workers that did work in that library. When they seen me, they was like, you came back to the library. Like, what happened to you? I always thought something." I said, "See, you was another one that thought something. You thought because I was running around with a little group and we was kind of wild that we was on that type of time. No, we was young, wild, and we was still energetic, and we was also learning. So we wasn't out there doing the stuff you thought we was doing. Had to shut her whole thing down. Like, first of all, not all of us was out here thugging and bugging. We might have been bugging for a little minute, but we wasn't thugging. We wasn't doing what you thought we was going to do. See, you made an assumption of somebody. You was another one, so made another assumption of somebody. I said this is another reason why I didn't come back to that establishment. Why would I come back somewhere that I feel I'm not welcome, or you're gonna try to make a judgment on me and you don't even know me? Point blank. Again, you stand on it anyway. Like she was sitting there saying, you know, but we thought something happened to y'all because we never seen none of y'all. I said, again, once you made an assumption on us, you thought we was gonna come back. Everybody else might come back, but when you start seeing that there's a group and a flow of people that's not coming, it starts to affect y'all because the numbers went bigger anyway. It went from 3 people not coming back to almost 100 people not coming back. And it's not a big library, but still, you felt it because almost every day it was like 2 to 3 people in the library compared to what it was when we was coming in it. So again, everybody was learning and doing something. You just made an assumption and thought we was all going to be out here gang banging and doing whatever. Proved you wrong. Like, come on. That's all I'm saying. When it's injustices like that, I don't care who you are. You got to act on it and really fight, regardless. That is your God given right. Fight for your human rights and just fight for anything that you know is needed. But again, time is ticking for some people. And if you want the best, you got to prove it. You got to show the best option possible. The best possible option for you should be saying, you know what? If they ain't going to give us what we want, we either boycotting these things or we going to bring these things into existence ourselves and work from it. It's called free thinking and free will. And you can't say I'm free to think and I'm free will, but you trying to, in the same token, stifle whatever creativity could be around that corner. You know, saying really is something to think about. But yet I digress, though. You know, it really is just about, principles, morals when it comes to your basic rights. It's time to start boycotting these unjust systems that are messing us up and keeping us in this slump. Mookie, what's going on, my guy? And if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. If y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Say what you want to say about things, but again, until you start standing against those evils that are messing you up, you're gonna always have an uphill battle. Again, you're gonna have to be straightforward with not just your ideas, but also be straightforward when it comes down to your rights, your liberties, all of it. If you don't start doing that, if you don't even show a blueprint to that, how the future one's going to learn anything or know anything? Because again, there are going to be some things that it's already just is written to happen. But for everything else, nah. Everything else, nah. You gotta stand on something. And in the long run, yeah, the kids suffer, but you suffer as well too. Because you can't complain about specific things happening when you just allowed it to happen. Even like again in your school system. I forgot my mouth. My mouth. But it don't matter. It's still right there in the description anyway. So yeah, I'm not gonna always put this blue sign up now. Um, you either gonna accept it or don't accept it. Either which way, I'm not gonna be the only one that's saying something and telling it how it really is. One thing you ain't gonna say is that I'm misinforming anybody. No, I'm still giving the educational purpose. Educational purpose for the day again is standing on what's right and standing on your rights to live, think, and be free. If I gotta sit here and worry about some sort of cause for me speaking my truth, then it's just gonna be hell for me every day because I'm gonna keep speaking my truth and keep speaking what we are seeing and witnessing every day. And guess what? Some of the stuff I'm presenting, you're the ones that's presenting it out. Need I say more? Out and about right now and see everybody right now. I just walk past a park, sprinklers is on, everybody enjoying themselves. Whoever ain't in the sprinkler systems, I know darn well they probably at the pools or whatever. Because today they did a whole 180. Last 2 nights, it been feeling like we back to school. They about to put hoodies on and stuff. And now it's back to almost half naked weather. So yeah, that's another thing too for some of y'all keeping y'all health preserved. If y'all know y'all quickly um susceptible to get sick, or you think you might possibly be getting sick because of either the change or whatever, make sure you're keeping the right stuff with you. One second. Oh, okay. Well, my bad, y'all. Looking at some work stuff too. Yeah, I'm good. Um, Yet again, doesn't take away from anything that was being said today. Word, what's going on, my guy? Saying at what point Do your human rights become more important to you? If you're gonna try to tell a person like me that I can't be free and be myself and bring you something that you want, then what am I here for? You know, that would be the question to ask. Again, the freedom of speech is supposed to be free. Why I gotta cost me something? Why I just can't be what it is? Freedom of speech. It's almost the same way with comedy. If you known for just being funny and comedic at all times, and you ain't personally taking no digs at nobody or none of that sort, why should I have to worry about my mouth? Come on, man. You don't know how to pop a car, man. Man, suck off, man. My bad, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to worry about being yourself and speaking what's right or just speaking the truth. I think it is time for people to get a better understanding. Court, don't encourage my madness. Don't encourage it. Yeah, man. I can tell you a new driver. Oh, there you go again. There you go again. But it is truthfulness to that. We've seen some people who was, whether they was being funny, whether they was being truthful, whether they was doing both, but they was being honest. And because of their honesty, look where it got a lot of them. But it's time to even stand up on that notion because if enough people got together for that part right there, there is no way that somebody should be able to have to worry about those type of situations. Nah, Cook, because the way he was parking or the way he was backing up is like, you an old driver? You make sure he ain't an old man. Hold on. I feel bad if it is an old man, but come on now. You still ain't get it right? You still ain't get it right and get it tight? Oh, you finally got it right and got it tight. Yeah. Again, standing on certain principles. That's what's needed. Standing on your right to be you. Again, as long as you ain't doing something you ain't necessarily need to be doing, then by all means, continue to be yourself. And that's what I would tell people that's even coming on here to build. Just be yourself regardless. You might have to take some bumps and bruises, but if you stand on what you believe in, but see, sometimes you got to give an introduction. Like I said, my introduction was clear as day from that first video. As it grew, I let it be even more adamant that it's some things I'm just not going to fold on. And I stand on that. Because again, I don't ever want to bring no type of misinformation or lies to the people. And I do stand on that principle, regardless to how anybody may feel about it. I do stand on that. Court, why you always crying, man? What you done did now? See, look, I had to catch back up with the chat. And look, you over here crying. What you done did? Always you. As soon as you walk up in here. I stop playing. Before you get upset and really cry again. But again, take the basic steps and, you know, you give the fair introduction. You give the fair introduction, and then you continuously build from there. I ain't messing with you, Court. Oh, man. But hey, at least you know I'm being real with it, though. I don't know what else to be. But, you know, again, those are the blueprints that are needed. Because, again, at some point, you want to show it to the ones that's going to be fighting the same fights when they come up. And I said some, not all. They ain't going to be fighting all the same fights, I believe. If we get on board the way we supposed to, there ain't nothing that we can't really bring back and keep into the community as a whole and as a structure. When it comes to certain things, it is about the numbers. And again, if we outnumbered on a good fight, we ain't gonna never win that good fight. Saying it's time to really put critical thinking into fair play. Yeah, Court, I'm actually outside. Like I said, I'm still out and about. Oh man, you again with that truck? Come on, man. Cursing motherfuckers out, man. Doing too much. Shut that car up. My bad, y'all. Like, shut it up. Now I gotta put a copyright up for this one. Come on. Come on, man. Thank you. Thank you ever so much. But yeah, I digress. Look at some of the comedians. Now they is scared that not even that it's scared. Some people are scared to even really say what they want to say, even material wise, because like, think about it. If my occupation, prime example, is to entertain the crowd, right? And I'm just gonna be funny about it, and you know I'm not taking no personal shots at all. I'm just giving you honest views and opinions. Keyword views and opinions. I'm not giving you, and even if I'm giving you facts, I'm not throwing no jabs. Why shouldn't I be able to say what I want to say on the stage? As long as I ain't offending nobody, nobody's kids, anything along that line, why wouldn't I be able to do so? I would advise some of y'all comedians too. Look here. It's just some things they gonna always try to put down on you, but you don't let it happen. If you known for just being truthful and just being real with yourself, then you keep doing so. Yeah, he's encouraging my madness serious. And it is, matter of fact, I feel bad now. Damn it. Now I feel bad. It was an old driver. My bad. My bad. My bad, old head. Nah, that's crazy. My bad. I feel bad now. It was an old head that was parking. My bad. My bad, son. My bad, son. I give you that much though. At least you parked it right this time. So I'm determined to park this car the right way, and I'm gonna do so. Oh man, but now it's still a blessing though. Regardless, some people of his stature probably would have caused the accident, or would have been a part of something they didn't want to be a part of. Because some people be catching road rage. Like if I know it's an old driver, I can't get that upset. But then again, I can get upset if I know for a fact you are causing some sort of danger on the road. Anything else around, like you just doing your regular whatever, like, man, you better hold off. Oh no, that wasn't the police, bro. That was the whole that was an ambulance. I mean, there was two ambulances actually. They did all that last night after the live was over. Welcome to my hood. Like, but again, you gotta love who you are, love what you do, and love what truth you bring out, and just stand on something. And when you gotta boycott certain situations, I'm gonna repeat this again for the repeat offender. When you have to boycott on certain things, you ain't gonna have no choice but to. Because if your rights are violated, guess what? You ain't gonna sit back and allow that to happen. And if you are, I'm gonna use your word. You're a whole sucker in the trunk for that one. I stand on mine. Like everybody else I know stands on theirs. And that's what some people have to realize. Regardless of how it may make you look, you stand on what's right. If you gotta eliminate some people from around you, then so be it. Again, you are standing up for your rights to live free and think free and just be free willed. So you don't necessarily always have to follow a. You don't always got to follow a cult or follow a group of people that ain't really meaning nothing and doing nothing. So, and that's if you choose to be that way. You feel there's certain things that you done matured in, and you just don't want to be a part of it no more. Hey, there's nothing wrong with doing that. Again, you will have to carve your own path. But again, I feel one thing is necessary. You about to do it again? Oh, this is somebody else. All right. Oh, that's a whole sanitation truck. My bad. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, my bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Let me get up out of here for a minute, man. That's all you keep hearing. That's all you keep hearing. But hey, like I said, welcome to New York City. But you gotta again remind yourself of what's more important. Your basic rights to freedoms and thoughts and expressions, and creating a better future and a better safe zone for your family, and for those that again you love and care dear for. You know, it's only right. And again, when your basic principles are being violated, nah, it's either you stand up or you just sit down and continue to sit down. Court, there you go. Court, there you go, encouraging the madness. Again, hopefully everybody is. I'm gonna say staying cool. I know that's right, serious. And that's everybody that's supposed to really be on board with it. Again, my basic rights, nah. That's just like I know it's something unfair, even if it was dealing with my job or just something in general. Vocal opinion given. I'm gonna either be nice about it or I'm gonna be nice about it. If I choose the second nice, yeah, yeah. But see, I never have to go to that one really. First one usually is just the stern one, like, look at what we doing. And that's how it's really supposed to be. Like, look at what we doing. You know, if you allow yourself to keep getting pushed back and keep getting further and further back, you ain't gonna never excel forward, or it's gonna take you longer to do so. You know, and again, stop allowing some of these establishments to create and cause these type of atmospheres that we see as a distraction. Some of it is a distraction because some people should really put two and two together when it comes to specific companies and just how they've always been known to roll. So why would you still continue to support it? You know? Yeah, they gonna have their core ones that do support, but for everybody else that know they shouldn't be, why would you? You know? That's just like if I know it's an establishment that's known for attacking my black women or just attacking the women, period. Or attacking the brothers, attacking anybody, even the kids. You think I'm gonna be giving any type of money or shoving money to them? Nope. Boycott. Standing on that. Couple stores in my area went through that when they first was trying out with the community because they thought they was slick, tried to pull a fast one. Didn't work for them. So now they have all come to a conclusion that we got to work together regardless of what. And some of them stores actually do work together with some of the people in the community, especially when it comes to certain events. All right, this for the kids. I right, bet I could be part of that. Look, I put a jar in the store if I have to for whatever. You know, that's what I'm saying. Come together as a community. Doesn't matter. Anybody getting their rights violated, whether it's work related, whether it's just living your general existence, shopping, whatever, stand on it. Again, at what cost or at what time frame are you gonna say, you know what, enough is enough? Just something to think about for some of y'all. Um, I do feel that is the the greatest beneficial part of growth. When everybody can stand in accordance and stand together against all the wrongdoings, basically. Nah, but court, come on, sis. That's like you going to your normal spot now. Like that's just like you going to your normal spot where you go shopping, whether it's for clothes, food, whatever. And now that's a prime example. They under new management. Now he's starting to go through some specific changes, and you see it not once but twice. At some point, I know you ain't gonna keep going back. You don't care what they was trying to offer. Sometimes people don't care about that. Sometimes it's a principle thing for most people. Like, nah, I don't care about you. Oh, you lowering the price on this, or oh, you plan on doing this for this. Nah, don't mean nothing to me. My principle is more important. My bad. My bad. Try not to get a copyright. But again, now at some point, when do you all stand up? When do y'all keep it together and say, you know what, enough is enough? If we can't have this or we can't do this, then we don't need this. Again, hit them where it hurts. Because if I'm going somewhere, prime example, if I'm going to buy some clothes, I'm not expecting somebody to be on my shoulder 24/7, especially if I know there's adequate cameras all around the angles. And if I do have a receipt in my hand and it's clear as day, wait a minute, that's what you got loss protection, I mean loss prevention for. Ain't they supposed to be fully watching the cameras to make sure that you don't have incidents like how we seen recently? People know they got receipts for things and still getting accosted or getting ran down on like they stole something. So again, that's why I said it ties into what I was talking about the last time. Some of these spots have let it be known that, oh, you might as well just let them steal and take whatever. So then what about the people who are coming in here who actually are buying stuff or that got receipts on things? See, this is where you mess up for some people again. But that's something I know I'll talk about later on this evening, most likely. Because it's certain things is playing hand in hand, but it's not playing hand in hand the way it's supposed to be. So you gotta get to some sort of conclusion. But yeah, all in all though, I think last night conversation was definitely a great one. And who knows? It could be a part three to that. So many different things playing out right now. It could be a part three. I just wanted to chime in with y'all for a little bit. Because again, I did want to present that question. At what point do you really stand up for your natural rights to live and be free and actually try to be better? Just something for the day. Something light and simple. But I'm definitely going to be back on the backup. I'm gonna do something different for this Sunday. So go ahead and tune in and tune ins, and could be bringing that open panel tonight. It might be a little late, depending, or it might be early. Don't worry, time reminder will be set. But just something to let the people brainstorm on for the day. You know, at what cost and at what point do you say enough is enough and either start boycotting or standing on the right stuff? Because what's more important? Your morals, your integrity, and your respect, or just blatantly allowing disrespect? Should be a question to ask though. But again, I hope somebody did get something out of this today. Wasn't gonna hold y'all crazy. And I know I'd have gave y'all the mornings, but your boy got home, went to sleep actually again. Got a late day on a late start, but all in all though, didn't take away from a message. Oh, and again, for future reference, for those who might be trying to come, or for those who just might be nosy. No, no, let me get this right. For those who just want to come in out of randomly and be nosy or just try to poke into a specific live, if you don't like the topics or like what's going on, don't come in here. I'm gonna tell you that. Just don't come in here. I'm quite sure you could be finding other things to do. And again, we're gonna have to tell these people, you don't like the content, you don't like what's being presented, you don't necessarily have to be tuned in or subbed up or anything. Just don't say nothing at all. I could come into a live without causing no disruptions and decide if this is a part of a conversation I want to be a part of or not, without having to make no mess. I think it's about time for people to start steering up on that too, and that's another thing. For those who are free willed and standing on their free will, especially on here, keep putting your foots on the necks. And at some point, if you have to make a boycott on something, you already know what time it is. Sometimes you really just got to hit people where it hurts. And not the good people, but just hit the people that you know need to be hit. Might do some good at some point. So definitely was a good conversation with the people. And shout outs again to all my members of the Eulogy family. Not to be funny, I think I do got something planned for y'all tomorrow. So you might get a members only live early. Don't be surprised. It might be a little earlier than expected, but you're still going to get one. And, this is how we're going to continue to break that down. And I could probably bring back up the conversation tonight. Because there are specific things we are supposed to stand on. And if we don't got our rights or know our rights, we gonna fall for anything. So, but I'll definitely see y'all later this afternoon, definitely. And I'm gonna give y'all for real 5 o'clock this time. Apologies for the late start yesterday, but no, we gonna get it early today. We gonna definitely be up in there, get some good tune names, and I'll definitely bring the open panel early tonight. So definitely hope y'all stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your afternoons, your mornings, and your evenings for those across the world. We always gonna be back to bring that talk, and we gonna bring the real spit no matter what. So, y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. Everybody that was in attendance today, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's all I'm gonna do is give you real topics and real builds. Like I said, we'll definitely be back later, you know. And I will do this open panel tonight, and y'all more than welcome to hit the panel. Or if you got something you want to bring to the forefront, y'all know what it is. Like I said, continuously build by bringing the conversations necessary, and we can start making the changes necessary. For each one, we can teach one, and if we do reach one, we could build them up even stronger. So let's get back to that. But y'all definitely stay safe, keep that third eye open. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.